Okay, so remember that there are 3 types of saturation, and we're going to use that information that we just talked about on the previous video to look at some solubility curves then and the questions that could go with them. So in this video, we're going to go through 3 examples together, and then there's going to be 2 that you're going to do on your own. So the video is going to pause and ask you a question that you'll have to answer. So this question, at 30 degrees Celsius and 90 grams of NaNO3 is dissolved in 100 grams of water. Is this solution unsaturated, saturated, or supersaturated? Now, remember that this grams of NaNO3 is dissolved in 100 grams of water. That whole thing there is just the units. It's exactly like degrees Celsius. It's just a really, really long units. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to identify which line we're working with. So NaNO3, which is sodium nitrate. And so that line, when we look here, is this red line up here. And so I want to know at 30 degrees, so the second thing I'm going to do is find my data point. So 30 degrees Celsius, temperature's on my x-axis, and 90 grams, solubility is on my y-axis. So 30 degrees Celsius, 90 grams. And so my data point is right here. So the last thing is that I know I'm looking at this red line, I'm looking at this red dot on the screen, and I want to know, is that red dot above the NaNO3 line, below the NaNO3 line, or on it? And so this is under, it's below. This data point is under the NaNO3 line, and so it's going to be unsaturated. The solution is unsaturated because the data point is under the line. So here is the same style of question, but I'm working with a different substance. I'm actually using the same exact data point though, 30 degrees Celsius and 90 grams, but I'm looking for PbNO3 too. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my line. It is this yellow one, this lead 2 nitrate here. And now I'm going to find my data point, so 30 and 90. So I'm at that same data point. And the last thing I'm going to ask myself is that data point, is that dot above, on, or under the line? And so remember, the line we're looking at is this yellow one here. And so that data point is above that line. And so then since it's above, it means there's too much solute. And so it's a supersaturated solution. So same style question again. At 10 degrees Celsius, we have 30 grams of KCl, so potassium chloride, is dissolved in 100 grams of water. Is this solution unsaturated, saturated, supersaturated? So we're going to find our line. It's this navy blue one here. And we're going to find our data point, 10 degrees Celsius. That's my temperature. And 30 grams. So my data point is right here. And so you want to ask yourself, is your data point above the KCl line? Is it on the KCl line, or is it below it? And in this case, it is on it, which means that there's just the right amount of solute in there. And so this solution would be saturated. So now you're going to try on your own. You have a different data point, a different substance, and you want to answer the same question. Is this solution unsaturated, saturated, or supersaturated? So find your line, find the data point, and then ask yourself, is it above, on, or below the line? Make sure that you're answering that question. All right, here's another one. So if we have a different data point, a different substance, same question, make sure that you're answering it here in the video.